Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Our previous video we changed the oil in our Razor 900. Now we're getting ready to send this off for a sample analysis. So you can see here I'm changing the oil in here. The important thing to know is that you need to get your engine warmed up, preferably to operating temperature. Drive it around for a few minutes just to make sure all that oil is nice and mixed up and it's warm. And then you're going to be dumping out a little bit of oil, letting it run, and then catching that oil sample midstream and collecting that in your analysis jar. I'm just preparing my sample to be sent off for analysis. They just need some basic information, including how many miles in between this last oil change and then how many total miles on the engine. You can put what kind of oil we've been using, as well as giving it a call sign or basically an ID number for future reference as well. We're just taking that paper right there, adding it in first. You're wrapping it up into this absorbent cloth. We're going to get all that air out, and that's going to go in with it. Set that on there like that. So here's what your Blackstone Lab oil report will look like. Here in this top section labeled unit, you can see what kind of an engine we're looking at and the oil type and grade. Of course, we've been using the Rotella T6 5W40 grade, and it'll show the oil use interval 34. What's nice about this is on the comments section, they mentioned the universal averages are based on 35 hours of use, and we ran this for 34, so it makes for a very easy comparison. The comments is where you get a really good overall view of what's going on with your engine. In our case, aluminum is the one metal that's high on this report. And they mentioned it might show extra wear at parts like pistons, for example. You can also go onto their website and it'll have a list of everything that they test. We'll just go through these real quick. First is going to be, of course, the aluminum, which is 12, which is 3 times higher than the universal average. When we bought this Razor, we did not buy it brand new, and one of the first things we did to it was put an aftermarket air filter on it. This year, Razor did suffer from issue with the air filter expanding. A lot of these engines do get a little bit dusted from going to sand dunes, and some of the pistons and bearings will have some premature wear. So it's very possible this is where that 12 parts per million came from. When you're looking down the rest of the report, everything looks really good. Iron, it looks really good. Copper, lead, tin, nickel, everything is normal. When you start going down to like the boron and the calcium down here, these are both detergents. And the main point of detergents is it takes the base number of the oil or the acids that are in it, and it stabilizes them, so it tries to retain that base number. And of course, just being a detergent is going to keep that engine clean on the inside. And this oil tested very high on the detergents. We also have magnesium that's also used as a detergent. Now it's tested a little bit lower, however the other 2 detergents are quite a bit higher, and so I'd imagine the 3 of them together, it's an appropriate amount of what it should be. And the other 2 that I was really impressed with was the phosphorus and the zinc. Those are both anti-wear additives. If we move down to the different viscosities, now I am still within normal limits. I'm happy with the viscosity, which is one of the reasons why we stuck with Rotella T6 compared to some of the forums online saying that the Polaris engine oil does not hold its viscosity very well. Antifreeze are at 0%. That tells me that my head gasket's probably in really good shape and we're not leaking anything there. Water percentage, nothing. Insolubles, nothing. Insolubles are just going to be like solid materials present. But overall, I'm really happy with this oil. It's made the engine run a lot smoother and a lot quieter. So thanks for watching, and make sure you hit the subscribe button to see future updates. Thanks.